Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. First off, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, have safe travels, enjoy this time with your families. Today, I'm going to go over some of my best winter trout lures. I'm going to share them with you guys. I'm going to share some colors and some weights that I use. And yeah, so let's get into it. So, the first lure that I'm going to go over is an inline spinner. Now this is a Mepps inline spinner. It's the Aguila series and it's a number 2. I like number 2 Aguilas. I prefer the ones with the squirrel tail on the back on the treble hook, and I like to throw gold plated lures. Inline spinners are one of my favorite baits to throw year round. They catch any type of fish. They catch them in any type of water, any type of clarity, depth, you name it. They're such a versatile bait, and they are one of my top producers, especially in the winter for trout. You can fish them really slow. If you have some lighter ones, fish them really slow through current, and if you have some heavier ones like a 2 or a 3, you can fish them slow rolling through some of the deeper water and get them right in front of the fish, right in front of the fish's face. And I like them so much. I usually stick around 1 to 2 for Mepps Aguilas. It has a little number on the blade if you don't know like what I'm talking about, but it's usually just like the indicating the size. And if you fish other ones, I like Panther Martin and Rooster Tails as well. If you're looking at them for winter lures, I'd say stick around a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an ounce. That's pretty much all the heavier you'll need, especially in the winter, because you're definitely going to want to slow down your presentation, slow roll your baits through the water that you're fishing. And with colors, I'd stick around like any type of like trout patterns or just regular bait fish patterns, so like whites, silvers, browns, bronze type of deal. If you're fishing stained water in the winter, you can go to like a chartreuse or maybe like a red or a blue, but normally I just like sticking towards the gold plated with a squirrel tail on the back. Alright, so now we're at lure number 2, and we got a jerk bait. Now this jerk bait, this is a trout magnet jerk bait. It kind of looks like a trout pattern, and I love fishing jerk baits, especially in the fall and winter. For big trout, trout just like hammer jerk baits. Especially if you fish bigger river systems, a jerk bait is definitely one of the baits that you're going to want to keep in your tackle box during the winter months, because you can cover a lot of ground with them. You can fish it a few different ways to make it look like different presentations, like a dying bait fish or just a regular swimming bait fish, and they produce some big trout, especially if you use like the bigger style jerk baits. Now the ones that I like to use the Rapala X-Rap and the Rapala Husky Jerk. Usually I'll use a bigger X-Rap to fish rivers and stuff for the bigger trout, and then I'll scale down to a really small Rapala Husky Jerk for the more finicky days when it's harder to come by fish, and you know, I'm fishing maybe a smaller body of water and things like that. I also like the trout magnet jerk bait. It's a great type of jerk bait. It has a really slim profile, great for fishing cricks and stuff like that. I totally recommend that if you're looking for jerk baits to fish during the winter. And some of my favorite colors, I just stick with, you know, trout patterns, or just, you know, a silver with a varied color back depending on the water. So I'll either go like a brown back, green back, just a regular black back, but I mainly try and stick around like maybe whites, silvers, and trout patterns. Those are going to be the best for the winter fishing. Now, the third bait that I'm going to go over is a micro swim bait. Now, depending on where you live, the type of trout you fish for, and different things like that, you might be able to fish a bigger swim bait, but I generally in the winter prefer these tiny micro swim baits. I found these on Amazon the one time, and I bought them, and I've loved them since. Usually when it's like a nice clear day and I'm fishing either a pressured body of water or the fish aren't really biting either a spinner or a jerk bait, I will go to this. And it usually produces some fish that I had not been getting earlier in the day. You can fish pretty much any type of color you want. These ones, they come in like black, pink, and chartreuse, but any type of like length is good. It just depends on the type of trout you're going for, the size, what body of water you're fishing, things like that. Now also with this, you don't have to just use swim baits. If you're not a big swim bait person, you can use anything from the Trout Magnet little grubs that just have like a split tail. You can use hellgrammites, you can use curly tail grubs, you can use just straight tailed worms, you can use any of that. And with those, you can just like bounce them through some current, some nice deep pools, and try and get it in front of the trout's face. And I don't know, I just found that micro swim baits work really well for me, especially in my area. We have a lot of tiny creeks that hold decent trout, but a small micro swim bait really gets them to bite, especially when they're not biting anything like the inline spinner or a jerkbait. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see how I work these lures in different bodies of water for trout, let me know down in the comments and I can try and pump out a video for that. And yeah, just make sure you guys enjoy your holiday. Check out some of my other videos. I got a good trout playlist on my channel right now, so check that out. And I hope you guys enjoy the video and stay tuned for the next one. Peace!